It's very, very important. So when you go for an interview and they ask you, how do you secure an S3? And this reminds me of a guy. I have a friend. Um, he called me one day. He was so excited. He said, guess what? I said, what's up? He said, I just passed my AWS certification. I said, yes. I said, which one? He said, AWS Security Specialty. I said, what? That is amazing. I said, okay, let me ask you a question. He said, yeah. He said, then I said, how do you secure an S3 bucket? He said, I don't know. I was like, oh my God. Because this guy is my friend, I was happy to burst his bubble because I'm not a believer in certification really. So because it's my good friend, I said, then how did you pass the certification? He said, I studied and I passed. I said, wow, that's amazing. Like one of my friends would say. So it's very, very important for you to understand. Some people were asking me in the past, what certification would this training get me? Nobody cares about certification. We care about, can you get the job done? Because I can easily tell the difference between somebody who studied and passed the certification from somebody who actually go in, created something, break something, fix it. I can tell. So versioning is very, very important because it's going to save the organization a lot of stress. That's one. So when you go for an interview, then they say to you, can you explain to us the difference between, can you explain to us how you can secure an S3 bucket? Now, you can say IAM policy. Okay, so I'm going to grant IAM policy based on what the individual needs. So if they need S3 read, I will give them S3 read instead of giving them S3 star, because star means they can do everything. So I need to understand what their responsibilities are in terms of the S3 to determine what level of access will be granted. That's fine. IAM. Good. Then the second one is versioning. Because if you mention IAM policy and you never say anything about versioning, I'm not calling you back for the second interview. I would just say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. The very first thing you need to mention is versioning, because it actually protects against accidental deletion or even intentional one. Then we have one more, which is this one right here. MFA Delete. MFA Delete is basically adding an additional layer of security. So let's assume that we have versioning enabled. Yeah, you are happy, you are jumping for joy because you've enabled versioning. Good. What if that bad guy, the guy that got to know that they're gonna fire him or let him go in the next 2 days, what if he knows how versioning works? So this guy has an understanding that, okay, this bucket has versioning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first delete the objects